Steel is a 1997 American superhero film based on the DC Comics character of the same name. The film stars Shaquille O'Neal as John Henry Irons and his alter ego Steel, Annabeth Gish as his wheelchair-using partner Susan Sparks, and Judd Nelson as their rival Nathaniel Burke. Welcome back to DC Movie Rewind, where we look back at every live-action DC movie. Today we are discussing Steel. The film was originally meant to be a spin-off of a new Superman film based on the Death of Superman storyline, which first introduced Irons as Steel in the comics. However, the project was separated from the Superman mythos and languished in development hell, causing it to be moved forward without the film it was meant to be attached to. Production of the film Steel started with music producer Quincy Jones and his partner David Salzman. Both Jones and Salzman were fans of the Steel character, especially Jones, who found personal reasons to support the project. Wesley Snipes was Kenneth Johnson's first choice for the lead role. Jones and Salzman had initially approached Shaquille O'Neal and his agent Leonard Armato regarding a hardware adaptation, but the basketballer said he related himself more to Steel. Johnson later admitted that Shaq was a bad choice for the role. Kenneth Johnson was the screenwriter and director of Steel. Johnson was originally uninterested in doing a superhero film, having previously turned down similar projects after the success of his television series The Bionic Woman, Alien Nation, and The Incredible Hulk. Film producer Joel Simon described Steel as being different, stating that he was a knight in shining armor in a contemporary setting. Johnson removed Steel's cape from his costume to reflect this. Johnson described Steel's persona as a blue-collar Batman and removed Steel from his comic book storyline, replacing it with protagonists and antagonists of his own invention. To aid with the urban aspects of the dialogue, Johnson took a copy of the script to South Central Los Angeles and spent a day with a group of kids to ensure that the language of some of the characters was more believable. Throughout the film and script, Johnson created several allusions to his previous television series Alien Nation. Now, let's talk about the production. The movie was produced by Quincy Jones David Salzman Entertainment and distributed by Warner Bros. It was directed and written by Kenneth Johnson. The movie was also produced by David Salzman and Quincy Jones. The latter is known for working with Michael Jackson. The filming schedule consisted of 51 days, with 32 full nights of shooting in downtown Los Angeles. The shooting schedule presented difficulties for the director due to the schedule of the star, Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal was already committed to playing in the 1996 Summer Olympics and training at the Los Angeles Lakers camp in Hawaii. This left Johnson with 5 weeks to complete filming all scenes with O'Neal. O'Neal had one read-through of the script before the Olympics and then worked with acting coach Ben Martin in between games to work on his character. When O'Neal returned to act with the rest of the cast, he had all of his lines memorized. As well as acting in the film, Shaquille O'Neal contributed to the soundtrack for the film. The single Men of Steel has him featured alongside rappers KRS-One, Ice Cube, Be Real, and Peter Guns. The soundtrack was released on Quincy Jones's record label Quest Records and included songs featured in the film and songs inspired by it. The album charted in the United States on the Billboard 200 at number 185 and on the top R&B hip-hop albums at number 26. Steel was released in the United States on August 15, 1997, making only $870,068 across 1,260 theaters on its opening weekend. With a second weekend decline of 78%, it achieved the record for having the biggest sophomore weekend drop for any superhero film, being tied with The Marvels in 2023. The film bombed at the box office. It had a budget of $16 million and made $1.7 million at the box office. It currently has a 4% critic score and a 19% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, a 3 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 28 Metacritic score. Steel received generally negative reviews from the critics, who complained about the film's cheesiness and poor acting. Shaquille O'Neal earned a Razzie Award nomination as Worst Actor for his performance in the film, but lost against Kevin Costner for The Postman. Shaq would later play himself in an episode of Static Shock. Steel appears in Superman and Lois, portrayed by Wole Parks. With that being said, thanks for watching. Next time we'll be talking about the TV movie Justice League of America.
If you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more, consider giving a like or rating and subscribing with notifications so you never miss an episode. It's free. Also feel free to check out our other episodes and share this podcast with others on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time on Movie Rewind.